my gosh, hello, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Casey and I'm too excited to speak clearly and coherently. I'm gonna be taking you with me during my day today. It is Tuesday. I believe I post this on a Tuesday, so if you're watching it today, then it's the same, but it's a week later for you. Anywho, it's actually quite late in the morning now. I have had a leisurely start to the day. My work schedule is a little bit different currently right now, basically. So I used to have somewhere I went early morning on Tuesdays, but that's not currently on my workload, at least not consistently. I do think I'm going to be starting to go back there, so stay tuned, but I don't have anywhere. Hair in my mouth. I don't have anywhere I have to be until technically at the latest like 2:15 p.m. today. I'm gonna get there a little bit earlier because I do have some extra things that I need to get going on at that building, but I did have a leisurely slow start to the day. I did my morning run with my dog. I'm so glad. I've been really wanting to make that a habit again, running in the morning with her, and I think that we're doing it. It's not as hard as it felt like it was to start, because I did it a lot at the end of last year and I was very consistent with it and just fell off entirely. And then this year it's just been so hard to get back on track, but I feel like now that we've broke that ice and like started doing it, it's gonna be very easy to keep it up, because it's not like I'm like running a marathon every morning. I'm not even like running probably even a whole mile at this point. Like I'm wanting to build up to like a more significant run in the morning, but like I'm starting very slow and being very gentle and easy with myself to make it a habit, and I think it's going well. I don't know where I was going with that thought, but I did that. I had my breakfast. I've actually been editing a video and procrastinating on all the other things I'm supposed to be doing, so I need to get ready. I'm wearing like the most insane outfit. Let me flip the camera. Hello. Okay, so this is a hairbrush I will be using later or now. Actually, my hair's still a little bit wet, so I'm not gonna do that yet, but I'm wearing this like gigantic t-shirt. It's like a men's 3X or something, I forget, and I don't wear it often because it has this big old hole. Can you see the hole? You can see the hole, can't you? This is actually very upsetting to me because it's near something very upsetting. That was a weird sentence. I have a belly button phobia, like for real. I don't even like to talk about it, even though it's like kind of funny and silly and goofy, but it like makes me very deeply uncomfortable and anxious to think about it. But I don't like that the hole's near there. It makes me very upset. And then I just have these lounge shorts on. This is not what I wore for my morning run. This is what I'm wearing post shower, but I do have my work outfit prepped over here. So I will be wearing this outfit later. I just don't feel like doing all this right now because it's already hot outside right now. Like I don't want to wear pants and a thing. You agree? She agrees, right? She's actually been funny today because they're doing yard work in my apartment complex. She's not coming to me. Oh my gosh. She's yawning. She's stressed. She wants me to let her out, but I don't know if I can, because I'm really not supposed to let her out at all on a tie out, but I must because she is demanding and she gets what she wants. But she's been good because, let me get back to normal. She's been good because they're doing yard work and like mowing and stuff, and she's just been watching them in the window. But she does like to go out there, so she will be demanding to go out there again soon. So we did that. I had breakfast, I did a video, procrastinated on my work tasks, but I do need to get going. Have I already said all of that? I think I have. I'm thinking first things first, because I want to continue procrastinating on my work tasks. Maybe I'll make myself pretty. Like I'll do my makeup and hair. That's what I'm thinking. But my hair's not dry yet, so maybe maybe I will do a work task. Okay, let's go to my laptop. Let's go there. Okay, I was gonna show you my screen, but right now I think there's too many like things on the screen that I cannot show you, so I'm just gonna read things to you. But first things first. What is she doing? I don't know. I do still hear them mowing, so I cannot let her out yet. Anyway, so I need to share some information. I mentioned there's a place I used to go on Tuesday mornings. It was an inpatient psychiatric hospital. That's like everywhere I go is an inpatient psychiatric hospital, just spoiler alert. Just almost everything, and everything I have going on this week that I know of so far is inpatient psychiatric, okay? So I used to do this building. It was I liked it, and I liked the staff, and I liked the work, because honestly, I think this is my favorite area to work in, but it was inconvenient because it was really far from my home and from every other work site I had. So it was like inconvenient in my schedule, and it was hard to like fit it into my workload. And I just recently, in the last like couple months, what's happening? Okay, I got buzzes from my watch, but I don't know why. I just trained on a new dietitian to our company at this work site because she lives or works elsewhere, like close to this place, so it's much more convenient for her availability, right? So I trained her, and it's been roughly like off my schedule since training her on, but like I'm still helping as needed. And I think I'm gonna start going back because we used to do this weekly group where it was like a nutrition education session for the patients that were admitted. They have a lot of like group session type stuff at all of these inpatient psych things, honestly, because it's like learning life skills and coping skills and like a lot of variety, activities for these patients during the day because they're locked up in a hospital basically. So they have a lot of variety, and at 2 places I have started doing these weekly group sessions, and this was one of them. Where I honestly cover kind of just general vague topic like healthy balanced eating through the My Plate. That's kind of my go-to topic, and it's pretty open-ended to whatever the patients have more questions about and want to talk about, but that's kind of where I start from. But the new dietitian, when we transitioned at this place, it's been kind of rocky figuring out what we're doing with these groups. So the first thing I need to do today is kind of answer some of these questions. So between my boss and this new dietitian, we're trying to set up like what they need to know for these groups, because we're going to start reinstating, I think today actually. I haven't looked at my text thread yet, but it looks like she's going to start doing it again today. But I need to help because we haven't walked through that, me and her training, like in the training stuff in the past, because I wasn't sure if she was going to be having to do that. So I need to answer this list of questions, and this is what I was going to show you, but now I'm not going to show you because there's too many other things on this screen. But I need to kind of describe what that schedule looks like, how to start the actual group. So kind of just like step by step, how does this actually work in our schedule and at the hospital, which that's pretty straightforward because it's pretty flexible. And then what the actual group looks like, which I've roughly already kind of shown this new dietitian that, but we haven't gone through it yet. So I'm definitely going to remind her and put it in writing somewhere. And then, hello. Okay, goodbye. So RD, okay. I'm looking at like a 1 through 6. I don't know. So I'll just read this to you. 1, schedule class. 2, when arrive RD and techs gather clients. I think it's just like a question of like, how does this all work? And then number 3, RD speaks on topic for X minutes. 4, RD answers nutrition questions for X minutes. 5, maybe we could have a snack for the clients during the talk, which I think is a good idea. It's just not something I've done yet, just to kind of motivate them and give them something to look forward to actually attend the group, because that's part of the issue we've ran into, that these aren't always that popular, but it is, I don't know, it's fine. And then 6, RD does a group chart note. If the patient does not come, we need to turn on that as well, just as Casey give us more info. So I'm gonna give more info. I've already written up a lot of this, so I think it'll be pretty easy to throw this together and share it. Let's go to my Google Drive, and then maybe I'll be able to show you this. Oh, I'm on the wrong account. I just got really thirsty. So I'm going through my Google Drive right now. I'm like kind of not crazy. I am crazy, but I really enjoy feeling organized in tech, in my like technology stuff. And I have a Google Drive. I've already had to start using it for work because that's where we like log our hours and our work schedule for the company. So through that Google account, I've also put all of the things I need for all of my different buildings. And I mean, I think that's pretty normal for most of us in this company, but I've found that whenever I'm working or like splitting a hospital with one of the dietitians, or if I'm training somebody on, it feels like I'm utilizing this a lot more than potentially other people are. I don't know. They are still mowing. Actually, I'm so glad that they're mowing. Well, I can't show you because they just mowed the situation. I'm off topic for a second, but my dog outside in that yard where she does use the tie out, there's like a sidewalk that goes towards the sidewalk. I don't really know what I'm saying, but there's like 2 halves of the yard, right? And I consider like the left half as the business side and the right half as the leisure side. So she'll like lounge on the right side and like chill on the right side, but she will use the left side as a bathroom, like very consistently, very reliably. That's her routine. So the left side of our yard looks awful. Like there's so many patches of just dead areas of the grass. But then there's a lot of like so much overgrowth grass because of like the nitrogen content. Like right where she's peeing, it dies, but everywhere else it's like flourishing and it looks obnoxious. But hopefully they trimmed off all the obnoxious, because I haven't even been able to see if she's pooped in the yard for like the last several days because the grass is too tall. I can't find the poop. I'm trying to pick it up, but I can't find it. So, good. I just saw them mow that area. Okay, wow, what are we talking about? So, what do I want to show you here? I like don't want to show you what building's what, just to keep things a little bit more. Hold on. I will show you my screen, but hold on. Okay, I'm not showing you the things that are underneath here because they like specify a little bit more like what the building is. So I have these is pretty normal for what I usually do. I usually have like a miscellaneous folder where some of this will fall into, but I've already started working on how to describe how to do these group sessions. So that's what this first highlighted folder is. This reports tab is just like a collection of all of the Google documents. At the end of every visit for every hospital, every coverage day, I create a report summary using a template for my company. And I just have like all of the files in here. I save it as a PDF and send it out to the email list, but like I keep a copy of it for myself. So that's what that second folder is. RD guides. I don't know, I went a little crazy trying to train this new dietitian because there's so many little things to this specific building especially. So I don't remember exactly what's in the RD guides, but it should kind of explain how to use the charting system, and it probably talks a little bit about the group sessions as well, but I don't know. There's probably a reason I made a whole group section, so I will come back to it. And then policies, I've just been asked about policy stuff because they were reviewed and updated last year. And there's been a couple of discussions with this new dietitian being onboarded about like, well, this is our policy, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, I don't know what the policies are. Like, I don't know how to find them. So I think this is the most current copy of them. So whenever I open it, let's see what I've got. I will pause again for a sec. Okay, yes, this looks wonderful. This is like just a download of all of them, all of the dietary related policies. So I hope that this is all current. I shared this folder again specifically with this new dietitian and my boss so that they can have the actual answers for stuff, because they haven't known like what to refer to because it just wasn't made very easily public available like to them. So hopefully this is all the current version. But this is just like a random side note. So I'm actually gonna go into my group tab now. Okay, this is what I expected. So I do have two different handout PDFs that I've used in the past. This is the one, this one is the one I used to use all the time. So this is what I use as like just a starting point when I'm doing a group session. Like I give everyone this handout, we talk about the My Plate, but I ended up not loving this handout as much, and now I have a new one that I found that I was like, oh my gosh, this one's great. It's basically the same thing, honestly, but it kind of goes through each of the food groups the way that I'm actually doing it in the groups. So I like that. So it has this My Plate, and it's actually two-sided, like front and back, but it breaks down each food group and gives more context for each of them. So I'm using this in my groups now instead. I like this better, but I mean, they both have the same stuff. So basically, I just think it's good to have either one of these handouts. There's other ones I might have available too in case it comes up, but that's what is to be provided to the patients. And then I have another document that talks about, like, I don't know, we'll see. Okay, I think this is fine. So this walks through how to enter a group session note, which I will just reiterate this. It seems pretty straightforward. It brings through all of the like different screens that you go through as you're entering a note, because for some reason, let me come back to you. For some reason, it's just a very tedious specific thing for entering a group note versus like anything else in the chart. Like it's tedious. It is what it is. There's not probably a better way. But I will just reiterate this note. And honestly, I think it's gonna be really easy because I have a patient note template here and it's already ready to go. My goodness. Okay, I will show you this too. So this makes more sense if you're actually seeing the thing that we're working off of, but basically these are things we have to put no matter what for every single patient after a group session. And then I have like, there's a section when you're starting to enter note. If they didn't come, you just have to select that it declined, and then I type this. So I copy and paste this for each person who didn't come. But if they did come, we follow all these other things. Pretty straightforward. And then the last thing here is clicking completed. So honestly, I don't have to do any work. I can just send these documents again, and that should be good. So good. Wasn't that fun? Did you guys have fun? I had fun. Yeah, okay, so I'm actually just gonna go ahead and share this, and we'll probably chat again when I am getting pretty. Yes. Hello, please. I think you're too high. No, wait, maybe you're not high enough. Girl, I don't know. It's been a while since I've been here. We're gonna get ready. We're gonna get purdied up. I just feel like chit-chatting. I really feel like you're not too high. Okay, wow. Wow, I'm kind of chilly. So I'm trying to decide. Actually, no, I'm not trying to decide because the decision's been made for me. I was gonna say, should I do my hair and then my makeup? But no, my thing for my hair isn't even plugged in yet. So we can't do that. We can't do that. So I've been in like this cycle of whenever I wear my hair straight, I don't know why that's the way I started that story, because that doesn't make any sense. I tend to alternate between having it straight, having it curled, and having it wavy. I don't know, I get sick of it. I get tired of that taste after like 2 days. And I also feel like it doesn't look its best on day 2 when it's straight, but whenever it's waved or curled, it looks great on day 2. So I think we're gonna actually wave the hair today. I always call this my beach waver, but that's strictly not what this is. This is actually the bedhead wave artist. It's funny because my curling iron is actually called a beach waver, so I don't know why I'm confused, but I just plugged it in. It's gonna start heating up. It's gonna be like a whole thing whenever I actually do my hair, and I probably won't do it on camera because I will feel silly goofy. But while I'm doing mom makeups, we can chit chat. I already put on my sunscreen for the day earlier this morning because like it is so late in the day now. Girl, I just feel like chit-chatting because when I'm doing my hair, there's a like ulterior motive to not wanting to chat with you other than the fact that I'm gonna look silly goofy. The ulterior motive is I want to finish my audiobook I'm listening to right now. So we're gonna have a little book talk side tangent note here. I have been blowing through this foundation. I don't know. I need a new one because I also like hate this packaging, but this is a great color for me. I love this foundation. I hate the packaging. Oh, I'm not gonna be able to see myself. You're like blocking my view from the mirror. So sorry that I'm gonna be like looking past you. What am I talking about? Oh, I'm listening to this audiobook that is unhinged right now, but I'm obsessed with it. It's called Sky Daddy. Oh wait, maybe it's Kratom on the side so you can have a picture on the screen. I've been listening to it when I'm like driving to work or walking the dog or running this morning. I've been just like obsessed. So it's like a weird girl book where this girl is like attracted to planes and like has a airplane fetish, and it's like talking about her story, and like her ultimate goal in life is to be seen as like the plane being so attracted to her that he decides to make her his wife, which means that they have to crash and die in like a fiery wave of passion. I wanted to see what my dog was doing, but she's just getting some water. That's like her dream. That's what she thinks her destiny, like her ultimate outcome in life is going to be. And I'm like towards the end of the book, so I'm like very curious, like, is she gonna have all of her dreams met or what's gonna happen? Like, I feel like this book isn't gonna end with her dying, but maybe it will. I don't know. And it's just so funny because she's just like such a freak. Not because, well, maybe because she's attracted to planes, but like she's just such a freak. And the way she like interacts with the world and like people in her life, her family, her loved ones, her like friends, somebody that she's like casually dating, like she just acts like such a freak, and it's so fun to read about. I'm having the time of my life listening to this book, so I'm gonna actually finish it when I am doing my hair, like, because I'm so close to the end that I just need to finish it. But I'm gonna be so sad when it's over because literally this has been the time of my life. Like, this is gonna be a 5-star book just because it's been such a freaking fun ride. So it's like, what am I gonna listen to next to finish, like, fill this void? I'm usually like I don't know. I don't really stick to one genre. Like, I think I'm primarily probably a romance reader, but I've also found myself a little bit burnt out on that at times because that's like all I read for a really long time, romance. So now I do a little bit of anything, like whether it's sci-fi or like lit fic or fantasy or thrillers. Like, I kind of like a little bit of anything. And I have a few more audiobooks downloaded on my Libby app right now. I think the one that I'm thinking about starting next is something, the word lock is in it, like L-O-C-H. And I think it's by this author, Lana Ferguson, which I only remember her name because my last name's Ferguson, so like we'd love to see it. Like, I love her on principle of her name alone. But yeah, I literally have no idea what the book is about, but it's a 12-hour listen, and I actually listen to my audiobooks sped up a little bit because I have ADHD and I cannot sit there and listen to 1x speed. It makes me furious. I'm so glad. This red spot on my chin, if you saw last week, you saw what I was going through, but like, I just had a skin picking episode where like, I was getting a pimple there, but like, I don't even know if it was that bad, but I like dug my nails into it for like an hour straight one evening, and then just like the rest of the week and up till now, it's just like been an injury on my face. Like, it hurt so much, and it scabbed, and it was hideous, and now we're finally healing. Like, it's, you can still see it. I don't wear like high coverage makeup, but I'm glad it's not like the worst thing in the whole world on my face right now. What was I talking about? The romance book. Yeah, it's a 12-hour listen, but I will probably listen to it at 2x speed, which honestly, I tried to rein that in a little bit. I tried to listen to things not at that speed, because like YouTube videos, I watch YouTube all day in the background. Like, I love that. And I usually do that at 1x speed unless I feel particularly anxious, like I feel like impatient, and I speed it up a little bit sometimes for some videos, depending on who I'm watching. Which, side little note here, usually when I edit my own videos, I put myself at 2x speed because I'm like, girl, I cannot listen to you like at your normal speaking voice. But I've been trying to not do that anymore because I feel like it makes me miss a lot of stuff and edit kind of sloppy. But anyway, for audiobooks, I try to limit myself to where I could only speed things up to 1.5. But I've let that go because I'm just gonna live authentically. I'm just gonna be my real true self. And I've been listening at 2x speed lately. So really, that 12-hour book will be 6 hours of my life. I'm already regretting this choice, but for some reason, whenever I do this, I feel like I have to do this because they go together. They're siblings, okay? Like, I feel like I can't leave one out. But this is insanely pigmented, so I always struggle to apply it. Actually, you know what? Whenever I tried to show you on camera, I have no idea when I did this, but I tried to show you like how crazy pigment it was. But then when I finger swatched it, like, you couldn't see anything. So maybe I'm gonna try to put this on with my fingers right now. Is this a mistake? Probably. Oh God, it was a mistake. Oh, but I need to make it even. I need to. Oh, shucks. Okay, I don't know how to apply blush with my fingers. What am I doing? Oh no. Blush is the first thing to fade, right? That's what the girlies say. What have I done? What have I done? It's getting worse, isn't it? Oh my goodness. How do I salvage this? Maybe we just like pretend it isn't happening, right? Does that sound like an idea? Or maybe, no, it's really bad actually. It looks worse on camera than in person. Like, I'm looking at the mirror behind you and it's not that bad in person. On camera, I look crazy. Oh no, this is just my powder. In fact, let's put more powder on top. I don't know how pigmented this powder is, but maybe that's the move. Okay, I was talking about what I have on my audiobook listing. Just like, don't look at me. Ignore me for a minute. Listen, but don't look. We listen and we don't judge. Do I look better? It's better. We're gonna just pretend that's not happening and hopefully it just like resolves itself, right? I need to find a better blush situation. Are there any blushes in this line that don't look crazy? Please help a girl out. The one that I have is Getting Butter. Okay. And it was the most like subtle looking one in store when I bought it, but I live in the middle of nowhere and there's not really any options. So maybe there's a lot of other options I didn't know about that would have looked better. Anyway, the other things I have downloaded, I actually have a nonfiction thing right now. Interesting. It's actually about ADHD. There's like this TikTok account, and I think they're YouTube as well, but what is their name? Like ADHD Love. It's something, I think the last name's Pink. I don't know if that's a real name, but they're just like a funny couple where like the girl has ADHD, and I don't know if it's been confirmed, but the guy like has autism. Allegedly. I actually don't know because I haven't followed them extremely closely, but like that's been a point of discussion. which is funny to me because I am diagnosed with ADHD, as I've said a million times now, but my significant other, my fiance, is not diagnosed with anything, but also has autism. He'd be autistic. So we relate. Do I still look crazy? Actually, I don't know how I look on camera, but in person I look great. Am I done with my face? I feel like I'm not done with my face, but I don't have any other ideas what to do with my face. Oh, it's like a 6-hour audiobook. I forget what it's even about, but it's about ADHD, I'm sure, obviously. But I don't know, I'm never like in the mood for nonfiction. So it's gonna be hard to motivate myself to start that. I actually don't feel like doing much, so I'm just gonna wear this like quad. What's it called? Oh, I ripped off the title of it actually. But they're all matte. I like can't remember what the other, I can't remember if there's 3 or 4 things that I already had downloaded, because I went through like this random spree of like putting every freaking audiobook that wasn't immediately available on hold. So then they like all came and were available like very quickly. So I have either 3 or 4 on backup, which I usually don't do because that stresses me out. Because I'm like, even though I have 2 weeks to listen to these things and I probably I'll go through them all in that period of time, but like seeing that counting deadline and like that I have so many in my library, it makes me very stressed. So I usually don't download more than like 2 at a time ever, but I have like a million audiobooks, and I had 2 ebooks like that I was reading on my Kindle that I'll talk about in a second, and it's stressing me out. But I can't remember if I have 3 or 4 audiobooks that I'm not actively reading or listening to, because I'm listening to the Sky Daddy one. There's that ADHD one that I mentioned. There's that romance one that I mentioned. And the only one I can remember otherwise is this romantasy, and I actually don't know what the plot of it is at all. It was on another random, like, my brain being crazy. I was like listening to this girl that was talking about fantasy romance on YouTube, and I just like went gung-ho on like the things that she said she liked. I'm like, I'm gonna listen to everything. I'm gonna read all of it. I'm kind of in a romantasy era right now, like I'm really obsessed. So I actually don't know the plot or anything about this one, but it is also downloaded. I think it's like 17 hours, so like kind of nervy to start that one. That sounds like a long time, even though it's actually 8.5 hours. This is like really hard when I'm not close to the mirror. Do I look normal? I don't know. Oh, I haven't done my eyebrows. Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, ebook. I was in the middle of a series. I had downloaded these books on Kindle Unlimited. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like The Artifacts of Oranos, something like that. I don't know. And I forget what actually the first book is even called, but I only had the first 2 books on Kindle Unlimited. And then I was like, I want to finish this series. So I found out that I could download the ebooks on my library app. So that's what I did. And I just finished last night book 3, which is The Fate of the Sun King. And that was fun. I had a good time. I also have checked out book 4, which I think is the last book. And anyway, it's like about, I think they're like high fae, like fae fantasy romantasy stuff. Like we open in book 1 where this girl has been in prison for like almost her whole life, and I don't remember what like the spoilers, but essentially she finds herself in this situation where it's kind of like the Bachelor Hunger Games-esque type of vibe, kind of like The Selection, honestly, is what, well, honestly, I don't remember what like the competition in The Selection was. They're competing to marry the like Sun Prince, I feel like I'm saying that so weird, but like the main male guy in the Sun Kingdom of the Fae. They're competing for his hand in marriage to bond with him, and she's the only human that's been pulled for this. Everyone else is fae, so like she's at a major disadvantage or whatever, but of course like we're following her going through this competition, making friends, making enemies, falling in love and all this stuff. And so then it just really goes from there, and it's very fun. I mean, it's kind of giving a lot of other fantasy stuff I've read in the past. Like I've already mentioned The Selection. It's obviously the main female character is very much giving Throne of Glass main female character. The main love interest, it also very much gives all of the like shadow daddy guys, like they're all shadow daddies. I was actually just complaining about this to my fiance. I'm like, I'm so sick of shadow daddies, like I'm not into them. So if you're unfamiliar with that term, it's just like these like dark brooding male love interests that like have dark hair, and they usually have like shadow magic, and they're like a very powerful fae or something like that. I'm just like sick of them. I like a golden retriever boyfriend personally, that's my vibe, but like that's not what's trendy with romantasy right now, so sucks. Oh my god, but I actually also read a really short thriller because there was like an hour before I went to bed last night after I'd finished that third book, and I was like, I don't really want to start book 4 right now. So I took like 30 to 45 minutes reading this short thriller called The Sublet, I think, by Greer Hendricks. And that was fun. I mean, it was so short, it's like hard to really like substantially put my opinions forth, but like it was fun. But yeah, I think tonight I'm gonna start book 4 in that series. And then I really want to get back to reading some of my physical books because I have a lot of physical books. But yeah, that's all on the book stuff. Yeah, okay, before I do my hair, should we pick what like perfume I'm gonna wear? I don't really know what the vibe is. I'm almost feeling like I want to do this one, Clean Reserve Rain. I don't know, because it feels like it's like a gloomy day. It's giving rain vibes. Not that this smells anything like real rain. I really miss my Maison Margiela replica When the Rain Stops perfume. I really want to repurchase that soon, but I have this one called Rain, so I should use it. So I think that's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and spray this, not now, once I'm out of this outfit, but I'll put it to the side next to my hair thing. Okay, go team. I'm gonna do my hair and listen to my audiobook, and I will chat with you whenever I chat with you. Hello, I have just arrived at work. I'm all dressed and changed. I had some lunch on the way. Didn't get to my cheese stick, so I'm gonna slip that in the pocket. If I can find my pocket. There we go. Okay, so I have a few things that I need to do now that I'm here. I feel like there's marshmallow fluff on my mouth because okay, one of the things I prep for my lunches is like a DIY Uncrustable sandwich, and it's almost always PB&J, but I had some marshmallow fluff I needed to finish up because it's been in my cabinet for a while. I forget why I even bought it in the first place, to be honest, but I finished it up making, is it called Fluffernutters? I don't remember, but yeah, that was the sandwich I had today, a peanut butter and marshmallow fluff. It was delicious. Not as nutritious, but not that jelly's really that healthy either, but whatever. Anyway, I feel like there's marshmallow everywhere. So at work, I think there were 5 patients yesterday. I don't remember, somewhere around 5. It could be 4, it could be 6, something like that. I visited yesterday, but nothing was due and I didn't see any of the patients. So I'm gonna follow up on everybody, and if anybody admitted after my visit yesterday, I'll review that as well. Patient education, assessments. I do have a group session scheduled for 2:15 p.m. So I don't know, sometimes it's hard to separate like going out and meeting one-on-one with patients versus like offering them the generic group session education, because usually there's a lot of crossover. So if there's like quick questions like, oh, I see you have a food allergy to this, I'll go up and ask them quick questions about that and then let them know we'll be talking about healthy eating later on if they wanted to participate. So that's probably how I'll play it. There's like something going on with the menu that I need to follow up on. I was kind of waiting for final confirmation about our most recent submitted like proposed menu before I move forward with any of my things that I was going to do next, but I don't know what's going on, so I'm gonna follow up with that. I don't know why that's been like a never-ending task, because we're changing it to move towards a 1-week menu cycle with always available alternative options for the patients, and we finalized, I think, a menu that we're all, I think, happy with, but I need to, I suppose, go ahead and make the standardized recipes. I don't know. I feel like there's got to be an easier way for me to be doing that. So I'm going to look into that today. And then I have to do a sanitation inspection of the kitchen today. That's due. So I'm going to do a walkthrough. I have a checklist that I'll like see if they're meeting the criteria on that checklist. I actually kind of want to propose changing that form because the order is not very intuitive. Like, I don't know who originally designed it, but you kind of have to like hop back and forth all over the kitchen to go in order of the form. So usually I find myself just walking through the kitchen and then going to the form and like filling it out of order essentially. I don't know. I guess I'll let you know if anything happens with that. And I think that's it. Oh, I brought a library book. This is another, I didn't talk about this one, but another romantasy thing. I checked this out from the library. So I'm done with it. I want to return it. So it's in my book, it's in my car now. So I'm gonna put that down, and I don't think I have anything else to tell you. So, oh yeah, what do we think? I got the wild hair today. It's my wild mane. It's very Leo. My birthday is August 3rd, so I am a Leo. So this hair gives Leo to me. Oh, guess what? Yesterday I didn't bring my water bottle. I forgot it. I have it now, so everything is fine. We're going to be hydrated and moisturized and unbothered. Okay, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm gonna go, toodles. Hi, I forgot to update you after my second building. I did all the things that I said I was going to do, and that's that's that on that. I just finished washing my face because like I felt like dog fur was in my eyelashes and it was making me crazy. So wash that off. I'm on my third outfit of the day. I'm grabbing my work outfit for tomorrow to put next to the shower for convenience in the morning. So anywho, I'll see you tomorrow.